Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? It's a beautiful day here in Northwest Indiana. I have to say, it's sunny, which we hold on to any kind of sunshine we can. And I think it's going to be pretty warm. So we are basically living the dream. And let me just tell you that we have the fabulous Lori as our gatekeeper today. Lori is in the inner sanctum with me, and she will be watching over all of you to make sure that we have a great experience. Because, as everything gets bigger, we just have to be a little more mindful. You know how that goes, right? So, just in case we haven't met yet, my name is Chris Acton with Acton Creative, and this is Live at the Loom. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so glad everyone is here. I love seeing all of the regulars pop in. I saw Gemma, I saw Jennifer Fowler, and Connie is here. Absolutely, Gemma. I'm sorry about the bench. That sounds like that's a trickier fix than not. So, I'm sending you good bench finding vibes today. That's we can all wish Gemma well finding a new bench for her loom. Hello, Tamison. I saw Connie popped in. Anne is here from Cyprus. Hello, Anne. How are things in Cyprus? I'm always intrigued by that. Let's see. Of course, Lori's here. There's a whole conversation about Lori. I like to say that she's the gatekeeper, but then we decided to put a visual with it. Imagine Lori standing guard, just watching over all of us. I love that. That just makes me very, very happy. Carrie's here. Hello, Carrie. Let's see who else. Oh, hello, Nikki from Pennsylvania. I'm glad you're here. Hello, hello. Let's see who else popped in. Oh, Ernie, of course, Ernie. We joke about the fact we always have to check in. Where in the world is Ernie DeVries? Ernie is listening in today while he drives across Missouri on the way to Kentucky. Ernie, is Kentucky the end goal, or what? Are you just meandering through the Midwest? Because what else would you do in February but meander through the Midwest? Yeah. We love that. Ernie travels quite a bit, so we're always curious where he is. Who else joined us today? Hello, Sue Ann. So glad she's here. Jody Ibarra is on. Hello, Jody and Maureen. Woohoo! And Sherry's here. Let's see. Sherry says Sherry's in Iowa. She says she might be blowing my way since the wind is horrendous here. I haven't been outside yet, but I have a hunch we're going to get the same blustery weather. But Sherry Jansen, if you decide to blow your way east to my house, you're welcome anytime. I have all kinds of spare bedrooms at the moment. Just come on over. Just you'll be welcome. We'll find something to get into. Hello, Carolyn. And Ellen's here, and Kim is here from Atlanta, and Priscilla. Woohoo! And Lynette. Wow. Hi, you guys. Let's see. Tamison says she is still plugging away on my Brooks Bouquet edged scarf for a fundraiser raffle. That's awesome. A little more than half done. Can't wait to finish so I can move on to more fun things. I can appreciate that. There are times when you get into a project, you're like, it's fine, but I'm kind of over it. So I can appreciate that, Tamison. No worries. Yes, you'll see. Lori, because she's kind of here in the home base with me, you'll see that she'll pop up under Acting Creative for comments. So don't you sweat it. She and I we're teaming up for this for sure. Hello, Jody Ward. Hello. I'm so happy that everyone's here to join me today. Let me know how your week was. I just made tea. Lori was so sweet. She's like, go get set. I had to make tea before we started, so it is really stinking hot. So I'm gonna take a swig. But we have to update. I have to hear about how your week was. For me, we had girls' weekend last weekend. Now, if you have been hanging out with me for a little while, you may have heard that I do girls' weekend. There's a set of 4 of us that met each other all in the corporate world, and we get together 3-4 times a year. I mean, it is pretty. We are dedicated. But you'll notice we each made rings. Look at our little. Is that fun? We took a class. We got to play with fire. We did some soldering, which I had never done before. It was fun. So now we all have fun matching rings. I know it's a cheesy thing to do, but I don't care. We had a good time. It was very, very fun. So, yes, so that was part of my weekend. We, of course, you know what happens when you get together with your friends. We had a very good time eating, drinking. There was a pool at the hotel, and I'll be honest, I'm not really a water person, but all the other 3 girls were totally excited about pool, hot tub, all of the things. So we kind of did it up right, which means that Sunday was kind of recovery time. That was I'm gonna come home and take a nap. That was that was what it was. I'm not really a drinker per se, but you stay up late, and when you're middle aged, even staying up late, you have this weird kind of hangover afterwards. I don't know. It's getting old is constantly navigating something new. That is for sure. Yes. Hello, Barbara. She took the Christmas tree down yesterday. Now I have room for my loom. Boy, I like those priorities, my friend. That is a good thing. If you whatever you need to move out of the way to make room for the loom, I am all in favor of that for sure. I we haven't had a real tree in a long time. As a matter of fact, our fake tree is I'm not even sure where it is because the parents go to Florida for Christmas and it's just me. Anyways, the last time I had a real tree, I pretty much left it up until well past Valentine's Day. So I can appreciate, Barbara, that your tree was still up, and I applaud you. If you're gonna have a tree, why not leave it up? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. See, Lori, this is gonna be fun with you on one side, and yeah, that's gonna be a real lot of fun. Yeah, that's my first time doing any kind of metalworking. I've done jewelry before, but it's just like basic stringing. But it was fun. We got to smash some stuff, which is we got to play with fire and smash things. It was fun. We had a good time. Yeah. Priscilla says her tree is still up. Yeah, good for you. Why not? Why not? Right? Life is busy. Priscilla has, 14 little children at her house. So she's got to I'm exaggerating. She's busy though. She's got a lot happening at her house. So let me know, how was your week? What's happening with you? Tell me how the projects are going. Just fill me in. Let me know all of the things. I have to say that I'm kind of a budding gardener these days, and boy, last night, like down the rabbit hole, just there's a great YouTube channel called Epic Gardening. And it's wonderful because, of course, I'm like learning all the things, and I'm, whatever. It's a lot of fun. However, then they're like, hey, but you could have this product where you can have a vertical garden. And I was like, oh, well, I need those things. So, trying to rein that in is, yeah, let's just say that I shouldn't be allowed to shop after about 7:15 p.m. That's about the cutoff for me. That should be nope, no more shopping after that. That's yeah. Hello, Jennifer Fowler. She canned 35 jars of jam yesterday. Got a boot for the foot on Monday and did PT for the knee. Jennifer Fowler, oh honey, wow. That is first of all, if you guys haven't met Jennifer Fowler, Jennifer is the closest thing to like a real life homesteader that I know of, because she grows all the things and then cans all the stuff. And it's incredible, and I am so in awe. Every spring I'm like, at least the last couple of springs I've been like, okay, Jennifer, tell me about your garden. So she's but she did something to her foot. I forget exactly how you injured it, my friend, but she's in a boot, which is not, Jennifer Fowler cannot be slowed down. So this is so we're watching over her. We're sending you lots of healing energy, my friend. Okay, this is from Connie. Love the ring. Haven't done much this week. That's okay. There's no grades. My min pin Roxy, okay, is that a miniature pincher? Did I guess right? Has a degenerative disease. Oh no, and is partially paralyzed. This week has been stressful for her, as she has only been happy on my lap. Aw, Connie, that is the worst when the pets are not feeling good for whatever reason. If it's long term, if it's short term, whatever. That is just, I'm so sorry, my friend. We'll, yeah. Whatever we can do to help. Can you watch Live at the Loom with the dog in your lap? That's what we're hoping for. That's yeah. Yeah, Tamison says girlfriend time is so important, and I got a fabulous souvenir. Yes, indeed, I did. Thank you, Tamison. It is important, right? It's yeah. Tamison knows Epic Gardening. Yeah. Kevin, I think his name is. I don't know who Eric is. I haven't watched it enough to know the other players. Tamison. Jennifer says she canned 106 last week. Jennifer, that's amazing. I know where to go when the zombie apocalypse happens. I'm just going to make my way south to Tennessee, and I'm going to find wherever Jennifer lives and be like, hi, I know you just know me from online, but now I will live with you forever because I know you have all the stuff and we'll survive. Hi, Sue Ann. This is so funny. A couple nights ago, had a dream I was in a house. I had forgotten to take down a Christmas tree. I was in a panic. See? There we go. Her dad was a fire protection engineer and lectured about the danger of dry trees if there are real ones. Yes, that that seems legit. That seems like a real concern, my friend. That's good. We have those reminders. See, there's always multiple perspectives. That's perfect. That's perfect. Jennifer says her foot is either a neuroma or a torn plantar plate. Okay, neither of those sound great, my friend. Neither of those sound like no. Let's just heal all the things very quickly. Hopefully the boot is magical, and by next Thursday you'll be running marathons. Yeah, we like that. Jody says I have to plan for some new plants and watch your garden channel. Don't encourage me. It's not. No. She says the elk came up on my porch and demolished all my plants yesterday. Oh, ooh, I am so sorry, my friend. That is the worst. I'm not really a violent person, but let's just say you've never seen more smoke come out of my ears when I go outside and I realize that the deer, squirrels, bunnies. Oh, look at that. See, I got any of those things, any of the critters, small or large, have eaten the things I've worked so hard for in the garden. So I can appreciate that. Yes, I'm so sorry. Oh, those elk. Hello, Mercedes. Hello. Carrie says, decided I won't start any projects this month. Okay, I must get to move on with my long time projects, but that doesn't stop my brain from planning. Wait, you're a great planner, my friend. That is for sure. That is for sure. Jennifer says she says, come on down. Don't tease a girl. I actually follow through on those things. That's for sure. Kim says I'm almost halfway through with my 10-yard towel. Oh, that's right, Kim. I remember you were telling us about this. The warp has had tension issues. I think I had it figured out now. I hate tension issues. Kim, what do you have some idea kind of what the tension issue stemmed from? I'm just curious because we've all run into tension issues at some point. We absolutely have. Amen. Can I get an amen? Yes. And I'm always curious as to if you could identify where things were a little funky. Sometimes you can't. I totally get it. When I was doing art fairs and markets, there would be times when I would be weaving along and all of a sudden like the middle was all saggy and weird. And I'm like, I don't know. What I found for me is in a lot of cases, as long as I just keep going, just keep weaving, kind of worked itself out. But other times I'm like, oh, my little things were angled or strange, Yeah. So I'm just curious. Let's see. Oh, hello, Elmi from Guatemala. Look at our little international crew. That makes me so happy. Hi, how are you? Yay. I love having everybody here. Let's see. Oh, EC is here. Okay, remind me, my friend. Is it Erica? Is it Ellen? I'm so sorry. I know you told me once and I totally blanked. Remind me what the E and the C are for. It's a lot of canning. Yes, right? Yeah, it's a lot of canning. Yes. Connie is almost 3/4 done with her curtains. 4 panels, 9 feet long. Now, did you guys did you see Connie's studio tour? That's the word. Words. Mm-hmm. Did you see her studio tour? Gorgeous. She's working on curtains for family stuff, which is amazing. That's on my list. That should be something for this year for me is curtains. I've always wanted to try them. So I'm always happy when someone is working on a project that I'm like, oh, something I want to try. Curtains. That's yep, curtains. Mm-hmm. Emily, thank you. See, Emily says she's 1 yard from finishing the warp. Has been on the loom forever. Yes. Looking forward to buying yarn. We'll help you with that, Emily. That is, thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see. Lori says she's in between weaving, been working on a website. I feel like Homer Simpson. Nope. Just, is that Homer or is that Bart? I see you have to remind me of that. I love it. Yes. Okay, so if you haven't already chimed in, let me know how your projects are going. I have a couple things that I want to share. Connie says curtains are just long towels or blankets. You would think. My towels tend to be pretty dense though, so I don't think they make great curtains. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to, when I do curtains, I need to figure out how to make them a little lighter and airier, which is a good challenge. It's a good challenge for me. It's a good challenge. Yes. Yeah. Sue says I did something this week I have not done before. Oh, I'm intrigued. I cut a warp off my Jane loom. The tension was horrid. I couldn't figure it out. Okay, starting over. Weaving is teaching me patience after a tantrum. Yes, Sue-Ann, you have full permission to swear and throw things. As long as we're not hurting any, we don't need to dent any walls, but you're allowed. You're allowed to stomp, yell, swear, whatever helps you feel better. Absolutely, because weaving does teach you patience. Weaving can be an exercise in humility, that is for sure. Hello, Claudine. How are you? From the Lake District, Cumbria. Still looking for a table floor loom. Okay, checking listings every day, but everything is so far away. Remaining hopeful. Okay, we will keep our fingers crossed. We will we'll kind of imagine. We'll bring it into existence for you, my friend, because you need a loom for sure. Ellen is fringing a scarf and have 3 Mobius shawls to sew. I love it. Ellen always has she always has an ongoing kind of bucket list of things that she's checking off, and she checks off a heck of a lot of stuff. Let me just tell you. We try not to be intimidated by our friend Ellen because she's killing it. She's doing it. Kim says she had a lot of tangles in one of the warp braids. Okay, should have asked my daughter to hold it while I wound on, but she had teenage stuff to do. I know how that goes. Like when it came off the warping board, it had a lot of twists and stuff. Is that what you mean, my friend? Yeah. So she rolled the whole warp onto the front beam and back onto the back beam, and that really helped. Oh, just to kind of shift it from front to back, moving it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right? Was a tip from someone 2 weeks? Yes. Right? You never know when you're going to have a really valuable tip that'll pop up on Live with the Loom. I always learn something here, you guys. Always. Let's see. Sue Ann says she found a tangle in the back beam. No idea how it got there. Then the tantrum began. Mm-hmm. Oh, Sue Ann, yes, we have been there. Tantrum central. Mm-hmm. Gemma says at least the loom has a couple of rows of plain weave on the big loom. Okay, piece for my rigid heddle's almost done. Holes for the screws need to be a smidgen bigger. I love. Gemma always has multiple things going too, for sure. Yeah. Love it. Carrie says one day this decade I want to put on a long warp and work through it with weft color changes, retie the treadles but not rethreading. That's a great idea. I love that, Carrie. And if you guys are fairly new to weaving, that's one of the wonderful things that you can do is that you can put on multiple yards and keep changing the weft, which I love that. I love the kind of ongoing keep changing, playing with the colors, the textures, all that kind of stuff. But you can also then tweak your treadling, whether that means just changing your tie-ups or just which shafts lift and lower when. That is kind of the bottom line, and you can do some great stuff with that. So Carrie, we are all in support of that for sure. Jennifer, I love it. Jennifer said she's working on dressing the loom for the class. Woohoo! Boy, we're having a good time. It is we're on week 3 of the dress your loom course, and this week is threading the heddles. So we've been talking about kind of what are some strategies for doing that comfortably and easily, because we don't need to make anything harder than it has to be, right? Hello, Lynette. Trying to finish a wool scarf for my husband. Ooh, before the cold is completely over for the year. 2 kiddos in a household make that a challenge. Wow, you are not kidding. You have your hands full, it sounds like, for sure. That is that I understand that. It's good to have deadlines. Like I'm gonna have the scarf done before May, like that kind of. It's good to have deadlines. If you need support from us, we are here to cheer you on, Lynette. We got you. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mercedes is working on overshot yarn to make a pillow, a bag, and maybe something more. Ooh, isn't that fun? Have you done overshot before, Mercedes? Let us know if this is your intro to overshot or if you're a pro, because overshot is it's a lot of fun, but you have to kind of figure out where things go, and that can take a little brain power. But overshot is very fun for sure. Alex says, "Wow." Alex says, "I ran into an annoyance with a skein I'm working with. Oh, one is 4 long yards tied together. Okay, I wound it from one long skein into a shorter one, and that's why I discovered it's 4 threads. Oh, I've been wondering how do I separate 10 yards of 4 threads of 8/2. Ooh, very frustrated because this is how long it's going to take just to get it wound into 4. Yeah. At a certain point, ooh, Alex, my friend, at a certain point, how do you want to spend your time? Right. Yeah. And that is frustrating if you purchased it expecting it to be one thing and then something else. Ooh, I'm sorry, my friend. If anyone has suggestions for Alex, just chime in and we'll give her some other things to consider there. All right, Anne from Cyprus says she's working on a clasped weft weave on my rigid heddle for a shawl. That sounds beautiful. Do you know what, Anne? I'm glad you brought that up because I'll be honest, I've played like a minute long with some clasped weft, and I haven't done much, but I think it always looks so cool, and it has that wonderful kind of organic quality to it. just because, sometimes the yarn goes 3/4 of the way across and sometimes it goes like 2 inches. Like, I love that. I think it's really, really intriguing. So we're excited. And if are you in the Facebook group? Here, okay, see, there's always a good lead in. You guys are always great at helping with this. Let me put this up right here. So these days, my friends, we have a Facebook group. It's called the Acting Creative Community, and in it, you can share photos of what you're working on. Whether you mention it here live at the Loom or somewhere else altogether, you can just put up photos and we can ooh and ah and cheer you on, which is very, very fun. So here's the link right here. Here's the thing to know. You need to answer the questions. I think there's like two. Just answer the questions and we'll let you in. No worries. But we love that, especially if you're working on something really kind of unique and different, or just, whatever. It doesn't. Everybody's just come on over. Just come on over to the Facebook group. By the way, you can always do a little kind of a screenshot here. I always want to put my little fingers like I'm on an iPad, so it's like the two little buttons. Anyways, you can always do a little screenshot and look it up. But honestly, if you go into Facebook and you look into groups and you put in Acting Creative, I think that's all you have to do. It'll pop up. It's the only group I have right now. So there we go. All right. Let's see. Connie says, I like the look of class WEF, but can't do it. It makes my brain go wacko. Okay. Fair enough. I understand that. Yes. Yeah. Let's see. Jody says she's working on a Rigid Huddle project that'll be in the Little Looms magazine. Wow, congratulations. I can't tell you everything, but I say it's Log Cabin. Ooh, a little teaser. You heard it here first, folks. From Jody Ibarra at Cotton Clouds. She's going to have a project in the winter issue. That's exciting. We're excited about that, Jody. That's going to be awesome. Let's see. Yeah, Gemma says she loves some overshot. Yeah. Kim says she has a scarf for her husband on the 8-shaft table loom. He asks me almost every day if it's ready. We're in Georgia. The cold doesn't last long. Okay, Kim, then you have until, is this like middle of March? Is that how long you have? If you were here with me, you could say, May, but if you're in Georgia, that's, you got to work faster, my friend. But you could always say, I meant next winter. You could always, tweak the plan, but we're okay with that. Yeah. Let's see. Cynthia says, I stalked my local weaving guild's classified listings for several weeks, but I finally saw the loom I'm looking for. Woohoo! Be patient and keep looking. It can happen. Yay! Cynthia, you posted a picture, right? It's so beautiful. It's really, yeah. It is one of those things. I think that looms, if you're not a weaver, no one knows what to do with the loom, right? No one knows. So if something happens to Aunt Laura and you have to take care of her house, you're like, I don't know what to do with this. So I think that looms come up, at least in our area, pretty often, whether it's through the local guild or through like a marketplace or something like that. So if you're looking for a loom, just keep the faith. It'll come to you. Your loom will find you. Yeah. Gemma says, I've got 9 spools of a dark green wool. Ooh, at the charity shop. Hey, talk about a steal. That is awesome. Yeah. Well, you never know where you're going to find some yarn, right? That is for sure. Elmi says, I'm having issues with tension after beaming the warp with rayon. I'm going to record a video. Yeah, Elmi, we're game. You post the video in the group and we'll be happy to help if we can, for sure. I haven't worked much with, is it like, I haven't worked much with rayon. I'll just say that. I haven't. Does it stretch? Is that part of the tensioning issues? You guys, if you've worked with rayon before, chime in and let us know what your tips are for working with that. Carrie says unplied yarn is very time consuming. It involved 2 yarn winders and a pile of 2 on the floor. I was desperate. Oh, that sounds like a lot, my friend. Oh, here we go. Priscilla says she had a disaster of a warp where I learned the wrong way to dye fibers. Oh no. I detangled into balls as I worked. I put another project on the loom in the meantime so I could piddle with it a little time. That's smart. But I separated each thread and balled them at the same time as I worked through the length. I also walked away with the urge to take scissors to it. Priscilla, that is brilliant. That is, it's because, we've all been there. We're like, those scissors look pretty tempting sitting right over there on my shelf. They really do. Right there. Let's see. Yes. Cynthia says the current project is finishing up the rose path towels. Nice. I've been working on. And next up will be a shadow weave blanket. It's a kit. Nice. You bought from Cotton Clouds. We love those folks at Cotton Clouds. Let's see. Okay. Tamison says rayon is slippery. Yeah. Yep. I believe that. That's kind of what my gut said when I was like, okay, rayon. I haven't worked with it much, but yeah, I believe that it's slippery. Yeah. Let's see. Gemma says my neighbor brought her mom over to show her my limb. Oh, sweet. Her mom is visiting from Kosovo. Wow. Just relieved the bench didn't give out till after she was back home. That would be bad, Gemma. I think we're with you that we're glad that she wasn't sitting on it when the bench decided to go kaplooey, because yeah. Sue Ann says, I have to say my moment brandishing the scissors yesterday was exhilarating and liberating. As people say, it's just thread after all. Absolutely. Yes. Okay, Sue Ann, thank you. Thank you for that. Because I will fully admit that while I try not to cut a project off the loom, if that is your best option, folks, just slice, just do it. Just cut away at your project. If every time you look at the loom, you're dreading it and you don't like it and it's miserable and you don't want to take the time to pivot and go somewhere else with it, just do it. I give you permission. I know some people are horrified and breaking out in hives right now, but it's okay. If that is never going to be the path you'll take, awesome. Just change the whole project and keep going. But if you are like, nope, I need to cleanse myself and let it all go, just, yeah, the scissors are there for a reason. They're for you. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Sherry, if you blow away, my friend, just click your heels 3 times. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Yeah, Kim says sometimes you have to cut it off and move on. I agree. And Emily is horrified. She's like, no cutting. It took too long. I can appreciate that. Okay, so before I forget, by the way, thank you, Alex Madison. I'm always enjoying your mug warmer. Before I forget, we're going to try something here in the Acton Creative community. We're going to try a pen pal program. You heard me right. You know, when you were a little child and you connected with someone who was far, far away in an exotic land, like the Netherlands, like my friend Lori, and you wrote letters and real mail. I love real mail. I know I should be like 300 years old. I love real mail and a stamp and stationery. I love all that stuff. So the fabulous Sue Ann has helped me put together a program for a Acting Creative Weaving Pen Pal program. Are you excited? If you are like, that sounds like a great idea, here's how you do it. You need to either be part of the Acting Creative, the membership, which is right here, Acting Creative Insiders, right? If you're already part of this, just watch. I put up a post and you can take advantage of it there. So Acting Creative Insiders, or be part of the Facebook group. There is a link there to fill out a form. You give me your information, and here's the deal: we're all gonna make a new friend and send little samples of our weaving projects. It's just gonna be really, really fun. So we're gonna give it a try and see how it goes, and then if it's a huge success, we'll offer it again in the future, right? But it sounds like fun. So we thought, well, at the very least, we're gonna try it out. And Sue Ann, I say that Sue Ann helped me. Let me just be very clear. Sue Ann did it. Sue Ann came to me a couple months back and she was like, now, Chris, I heard you say you like some real mail. So I've got an idea. I'm like, great. What would that look like, Sue Ann? And she came back. She's like, here's how I think it goes. She's brilliant. So let me not take any credit here. This is all Sue Ann Sullivan. She's amazing. And she has put together this great program for us. And we're going to make some new friends and exchange some cards and send some real mail. I love it. You know, we can single-handedly keep the post office alive and going. All right, let's see. Gemma says she had to cut a warp off last year. So sad. And after my son messed with my loom. Oh no. Right? It was just needed a new start. I get it. Sometimes a certain project has even an emotional connection. You're like, no, we have to start fresh. That's good. Jody says for the first 10 years of weaving, more failures than wins. Doing so much better since I joined the local guild and other Facebook weaving groups. Woohoo! Jody, we're so happy to have you. That is awesome. So here's what I would toss out to my friend Jody Ward, of course, after I take a swig. Is that I think that when you're weaving, first of all, as we all can attest to, weaving is not a kind of straightforward, simple, here's how you do it kind of process, right? So I think instead of kind of viewing it as failures and wins, just saying, you learned. It was exactly the way you expected, or you learned something, or both. I mean, I think that's really right. Um, because I think, even when you go back to your early projects, even if they weren't what you expected, wow, what did you learn? Because the learning curve is huge, right? Anyone who's gone from zero to weaving a project on their own, huge learning curve. So everyone gets mad props, huge kudos for even diving in. So lots of yeah. Yeah, Sue is so excited for this. I love pretty cards and stationery and little weaving samples and making new weaving friends. Right? You can never have enough friends. Yes. Mm-hmm. Exactly, right? Alex is cheering on. She said, "Good idea, Sue Ann." Right? Sue Ann is pretty brilliant. Okay. Let's talk about the meat of the subject for today. I'm gonna put my tea right there. Now, my Loom is completely empty, so there's no project on there to talk about. But we have something very serious to discuss, my friends. So, when I say serious, it's still live at the Loom. I'm afraid we're not solving the world peace here today. But here's what I want to bring up is that the other day I heard a friend of mine who was a quilter. I think that's what she does. And yeah, Kathy says there's no failures. There are new ways you don't want to do it. There you go. I like that. Anyways, she made the comment that she says, well, I quit the guild or whatever it is because what am I going to do if I just keep making these? I don't have any place to put them. I don't have any place to sell them, whatever. And I thought, okay, we have to talk about this. Let's talk about this idea, my friends, that when you are diving into a craft that you have to have an end goal. So first of all, this comes down to kind of product versus process. And if you've ever met me, I'm all about the process. I love the experience of, planning a project, measuring doing all the steps, actually throwing a shuttle. It's magical. It's amazing. And I think that it's easy to get caught in the what is the end result and what am I going to do with it kind of conundrum. And that can be paralyzing. I understand. You're like, okay, well, I would like to keep, say making quilts, but where do they go? Who do they go to? What's the, so therefore I'm not going to do it anymore. No, friends. No. Let's talk about this. I would like to encourage you, just keep weaving, just keep making it. Don't worry what's going to happen to it afterwards. Sell it, give it away, keep it, doesn't matter. Just keep making, because the process of making is really where like the best stuff happens, right? So to that, I don't mean to be on my soapbox. However, it just made me so sad to hear that she's like, "Oh, I'm not going to do that anymore because I don't know what to do with them after they're finished." I'm like, "Oh, my friend, you're hurting me. You're hurting my soul right now," because it is in the making, it is in the process that all the great things happening. I'm not saying that the end result can't be amazing and incredible. And if you're selling them, of course you can make some money with it. You can give it away so that people really, that they have pieces of you. And there's all kinds of things you can do there. However, I just wanted to bring that up as our kind of topic du jour. Carrie says she's a process person. Kathy says donate them to a women's shelter. Heck yeah, absolutely. Gemma says, yeah, she says, she says, I know November, my studio has a craft show. You have 9 months to do stuff on the floor. Absolutely. It's great to have a goal, to have deadlines. However, even if you don't have some place for them to go at the time, just keep building build a stash, as long as you just keep going, keep working, keep having fun, keep refining your craft. Keep going, my friends. So to that effort, this all kind of comes together at the perfect time because I was doing inventory this week for tax stuff. And I wanted to kind of do a quick little, it's going to look like show and tell. It's not my intention, but I just want to give you kind of some ideas. If you have stuff and you're like, I don't know what to do with it, I'm going to do a quick little parade of ideas for us. And here's what would be kind of fun. And maybe we'll try to put together some kind of a running list for the Facebook group or somewhere. We'll ponder that. But wouldn't it be fun to have kind of a running list of here ideas for what to do with your hand woven fabric? Right? Does that sound like fun? Because I think we get stuck. We're like, I could do a towel or a scarf. And we're like, no. There's a whole world of things that you can do with your hand woven fabric. So are you with me? Are you ready to brainstorm with me? Okay, here we go. Here is my little parade of ideas to start us off. First of all, you absolutely, of course, can do a towel. But think of all the variations that towels come in. By the way, this is a beautiful, look at this pretty thing. It's so soft. I wish you could feel it. This is from Sherry. She was like the best person ever to sent me one. Is that sweet? But it's a big old one. It's a big old kind of hand towel kind of thing, right? I've learned that it's perfect for covering up my baked bread. Anyways, and then look at this, like a little, towels can be all shapes and sizes, friends. They can be all, this is from the fabulous Christy Lofton. And it's kind of, I think it has a little linen in it, but towels of any kind, of course, they're an easy place to start. Start there if you need an idea of what you want to create, right? So here are some other really fun ideas. Speaking of Chrissy Lofton, look at this kind of cool. This is the little microwave bowl that she sent me. You got hand woven fabric on one side, a little padding on the inside, and then just complimentary fabric, right? Microwave bowls. Fun. Now, you need to know a little bit about sewing. She's got a dart on each kind of corner here, but I'm sure you can find some patterns online. So microwave stuff, we love that. And then, you know me, I love me a good bag. So here, anything from like a little, because they can be all shapes and sizes, right? I've got little wallets, just a little, if it's like a credit card ID, like that kind of stuff, like this kind of size. But you can also have, this was a custom thing that I did a couple years back. It's a bigger size, but I did dividers for essential oils. Isn't that fun, right? We made it we did the little dividers. Like there's 2 dividers there, and it's just big enough to slide little essential oils in there. Come on, how fun is that? My point being that it's not just a bag. A bag can be all kinds of different shapes and sizes. Like here, this is a little clutch, right? Just goes around your little wrist like this, something to hold. It's got a little zipper. Yeah, something easy. And look, this isn't even that much fabric, right? Not even that much fabric. Now, this does take a little more construction, and I'm not even gonna pretend that I know how it goes together, because that is something my seamstress just does for me. However, clutch like this, you could make it a simpler version. Of course you could. And then of course you can make bigger ones. Oh, I got stuff flying all over the place here. This is like I call it a travel bag, but it's just a little crossbody. It'll hold a book. That was my requirement. It had to hold a book. I'm telling you, I'm like 300 years old. It's like, you had to hold like a real book. So you got this size, and then you can go up even bigger. This is like a messenger bag size, right? I made a tote bag once just for, we were doing like a photo shoot kind of thing. Tote bag was fun. We didn't actually make more. I've only made one, but it's a big old tote bag, and then have hand woven fabric as part of it, or all of it, or whatever makes sense for you. And then check out this little doobie. So it's an eyeglass case where it's got the little, I don't know what that's you guys told me this before. What's this hardware called with the little, it's got the little snap to it. It's always like a little, I was thinking of my grandma, like she had a little change purse that had the snap. Anyways, look, very little fabric, right? It's got a little padding in there to help with your glasses, but you could also then make them bigger if you have wider glasses. You could also just make them kind of take this kind of idea, just make it bigger and just have a flap for your little glasses, right? So yeah, glasses case. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Hello, Dawn Miller. she's got stuff. She's got stuff going on. And then that's not even to mention when we start to get in kind of the world of home goods. We talked about towels, but what about pillows? I love me a pillow. So then of course pillows can be in a million different shapes and sizes. This little 12-inch, little 12 by 12, and again, not that much fabric. A little complimentary fabric on the back. Is this the envelope style someone was trying to share with me the other day? Is that what this is? I didn't know the terminology. I think this is what she was saying. It's like an envelope style back, so that you can take the actual pillow form out of it if you want to. But this is a 12 by 12, easy enough. Pillow forms aren't always inexpensive, but you can watch for sale and pick them up when they're 40% off or something like that. But pillow forms are a blast because check out this dude. This is one is totally just fun. Little bolster. Boy, this is a challenge for my seamstress. Dinah is probably still cursing my name, and I was like, "Hey, let's do this." And she's like, "It's round. It's cylinder. What is this?" So, anyways, we did fun little, but pillows then can be in any shapes and size. You can do, you can use an actual like predetermined pillow form, or you could just get stuffing and just just go crazy, friends. And I didn't even pull over things like table runners and placemats. And even in the world of like table runners, they can be for a table, they can be for the top of your piano, they can be for the top of a bookcase. There's all kinds. So if you have skinnier ones, there's all kinds of different applications, right? So that is kind of my little parade of ideas for us for things that you can do with your hand woven fabric. So if you are someone that really does like to kind of plan out to the very end, what's this fabric going to be? What kind of product is going to be made into? All kinds of options. Yep. Okay, so you guys have been chiming in. I love that. Let's see. Sandra says the clutch would be great for holding a couple of diapers on the go. The clutch might be. You think? This is pretty small, my friend. But the bigger one would be like you could totally do like a diaper bag. You could do, and it would look really sharp. You could do. You know what? Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up because when I was really making products to sell at markets and everything, one of the things that I always wanted to do was a briefcase. Wouldn't that be fun? Like you'd have to provide some structure to it, right? And you probably wouldn't want the bottom to be hand woven. You want like a faux leather or some kind of a denim or some not denim maybe, but you know what I mean? You have to have something more sturdy on the bottom of the briefcase. But wouldn't that be beautiful? And you would have something that's so unique and not just a black briefcase, right? Do people even use briefcases anymore? Maybe this is completely a moot point because we all work from home. I don't know. But if you've ever thought about making a briefcase, I encourage you, use your hand woven fabric and make a briefcase. Curtains, right? We talked about curtains earlier. Yes. Oh, this is a great idea. Gemma says charities like Ronald McDonald always look for quilts, as they also do for palliative care for kids. Oh, sweet. And wouldn't that be amazing? I love that. Yeah. What other ideas did you have for me here? Let's see. Glasses case. Yes. Hello, Kaliana from Northern Nevada. Hello. Let's see. Pillow covers for every season. Absolutely. It's a great idea. Yep. She says, Sue Ann cautions us though, do get good pillow forms. Some cheaper ones are lumpy and unusable. Thank you. That's a great kind of little asterisk for us as we're kind of diving into this. Gemma says, a door weight. Nice. Why not? Connie says, I wish I could find a seamstress to put my things together. My daughter Joy could, but she's too busy. Do you know what, Connie? Do you have any kind of a fabric store near you? Because I found at least one of mine by looking on the bulletin board at the fabric store. Because people will put their little notes up there, or if you have someone who will do modifications, they'll do they'll hemming and dry cleaner, that kind of stuff. That's where I found another one. So if you're looking for a seamstress, which I totally endorse because you know me, I have 3 of them, is that look at a fabric store to see if there are people that are kind of looking for work, or dry cleaner if they have someone in-house who does their hemming and repairs and that kind of stuff. You could connect with someone there. So just a thought as you're looking for someone to sew stuff for you. Oh yeah, Sherry says a computer bag. Brilliant. That's probably a better. People probably don't use really briefcases anymore, but a computer bag, yes, that's a good idea. I love it. A backpack. Thank you, Lori. Absolutely, backpack is perfect. Let's see. Sandra says, I'm a foster parent of high medical needs babies. Diaper bag would be great. Sandra, that's awesome. And kudos to you. That's amazing. There's a special place in heaven for folks that foster. Absolutely. Yeah. Jody says, handmade gifts are so much better, right? Yes. Hello, Lori Klein. Late, you're just on time. We're just waiting for you. That's for sure. Let's see. Carrie says, so far I'm making a library of all the stitch types I'm learning. Ooh, they'll end up as a walking. Thank you, Carrie. That is brilliant. Here's the other thing, my friends, is that it does not have to be something that's completely functional. It can be art. It could be, imagine, I love a wall hanging. Somehow I'll have to take a picture. I've got 2 of them, like right in my space right here. Oh, 3 of them. I lied. I have 3 wall hangings right here. Wall hangings are lovely because then you can admire your work. You can admire what you're doing, what you've been, accomplishing. The other thing too is that think of your handwoven fabric as just fabric. What if it was part of a quilt? What if your handwoven fabric was then just a cool accent piece to something that you would use regular fabric for? All the ideas, right? Yes. Cynthia says also wearables. Yes, thank you, Cynthia. Thank you. There's a whole category I haven't even touched. Also the wearables. You're exactly right. Scarves, shawls, ponchos, sewn garments. Ruanas. I just like to say Ruana. That's just a fun name. All the ideas. They're so, yeah. Oh, here we go. Jody says baby slings or pet slings for walks. Perfect. That is brilliant. Yes. So thank you guys for playing along. That was really fun. And hopefully then that kind of just gave you some ideas if you are stuck in a rut or you're feeling like, I don't know, my loom is empty. I don't know what I want to do. I already have a lot of stuff. Don't just go. Just keep weaving, friends. Keep weaving. Yeah. Kathy says I got inspired by a wall hanging in college. It took me 50 years to get here, but I did. We're so glad. We're so glad that you're here, Kathy. Absolutely. No matter how long it takes. For sure. Yes. Okay. So that was my little, that was our little kind of, in lieu of actually weaving, that was our fabulous topic for today. So let's finish strong, shall we? Yeah. I have already mentioned the Acting Creative community, the Facebook group. I'll put that up again just for anyone who would like to jump in and join us. All are welcome. Just to answer the questions. That's the only little hiccup to get there. Don't forget then that we also have our wonderful Acting Creative Insiders. The membership is just so much fun. It's kind of like if you're liking all the things Acting Creative and you just want more, you want to soak it all up. The membership is a lovely place to do that. There's extra weaving tips and tricks. There is a small group Zoom chat every month. There are behind the scenes bloopers, all kinds of good things. And speaking of bloopers, this week there was no new episode of a Handwoven Experience. I like to call it a bye week. It was an off week for me. Too many things happening before and after. It was one of those. So no new episode this week, but don't you worry. I'll be coming back strong next week with I've got a couple new episodes in the hopper. So stay tuned for all of that. And then lastly, I know I do have one more little thing I want to mention before we go. Well, two more things. First of all, if you aren't getting the love notes from me, they're a weekly email. It comes out on Wednesdays and just says, hi, I'm thinking about you. And here's a little story from my corner of the world. So feel free to go to actingcreative.net. You can, there's a couple places you can sign up there. And lastly, before we go, here's what I want to mention is that I am starting the hunt for a person. I need some help on my end. I every week I put out, nearly every week, I put out an episode of a Handwoven Experience, and there's a lot of kind of juggling that goes with that. There's a little video editing. There's quite a bit of organizing. There's all these little kind of bits and pieces that have to come together for that to happen. And I'm looking for someone to help me with that. The job would be probably not more than, it'd be like 3 to 5 hours a week, all digital. So you can be anywhere in the world. As long as we can our computers can talk, we'll be in good shape. But if you or someone you know might be interested in just a little extra something, email me at chris@actingcreative.net. And we'll talk. Like I said, I'm kind of formulating the job as I go, but I know that it's time. All of Acting Creative is growing, which is amazing, but it's time for me to bring in some people like the fabulous Lori, who is our gatekeeper. A big round of applause for Lori for holding down the fort. Thank you for keeping us safe from any cute Korean boys that might pop in or whatever that troll was that we had, because that was, yeah. Anyways, okay, let's see. Next week I am right back here. I will have a project on the loom that we'll get to share with you. And yeah, I think that does it. You know what your homework is for this week, right? Go to something creative just for you. Just for you. Not for anybody else. Just something that you want to do. Listen to that little voice and throw a shuttle, start a project, pat some yarn, finish a project. Whatever it is that will help you connect with you. So that's what I got. That's a wrap for this fabulous edition of Live at the Loom. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you right back here next Thursday. All right. Have a great week. Happy weaving.